What's up, solo gamers? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing on with Disco Elysium, hopefully figuring out what the hell it is that's going on with this kid and why he's got such an attitude. I am going to start by running over this way and maybe checking out some things on the street first. And I do realize that in my last video, for Disco Elysium at least, I did either forgot to or cut out my intros, so oh well, but I got it this time. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. The book is titled Man from Helmdall and the Wild Fire. Oh, I didn't get to read that other line. That took too long trying to figure out how to pronounce that word. This book is about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. This book is about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. A book about Broadario culture. I don't know. I didn't. It doesn't matter. It probably does matter, but I didn't get to read it, so.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Just out of nowhere, I am the law. Look at the difference from hello and hi, B. She said hello. Feel like I should say hello back.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this anyway? Is it okay if I ask you some questions? Not really. Leave. So, first, I'm going to imagine that this is a bookstore, but I'm going to ask anyway.
We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called
See-
Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
The name of the store is Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People? Long ass name.
Books, postcards, easy. Even a kid would know all of this.
Little girl, I know what a book is. Books are like very long letters with stories inside them. Nah, it feels inappropriate to lecture this girl.
Don't be a fool. As an expert, it's your duty to tell what you know to everyone.
Hey now, I've already made up my mind.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
Just... Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Start by getting her name.
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organizing the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide, as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
Signaling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Such a good trooper you are. Already learning the value of hard work. Pat her head. I feel like I probably shouldn't be patting her head. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. Should I have a word with the store owner, maybe?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
I'm going to try and maybe play... I might not try, but I think what's happening... I'm going to end up playing this like L.A. Noire. I got to be serious, like... You know, Inspector Phelps. I don't feel like I need to talk to her anymore. I don't think I'll get any more information. Where is... Okay, come this way. There we go. I'll go in the store in just a moment. I'm just going to knock these out while I'm here. 2 roundabout north. To Cape Side Apartments, Martinez Pier. Okay. The ad reads, broken window, Tibbs has windows. Tibbs has them. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you'd collect these bottles and sell them. Oh, like, really? That'd be kind of neat. Been kicked out of every joint in Revachol. That sucks. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. All right. Is that stuff on the ground? Yeah, let me see that stuff on the ground there. Hey, cool. I got my bag. All right. Where am I going? Okay, this way. Well, no, right there. Check out that symbol on the wall. The controls are a little odd. I'm having a hard time lining up. Splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. That's unfortunate. We gotta collect these bottles. The bottles. Are they not in that trash can right there? Get out of the way. Start by walking. That might be it. I don't remember. I could have sworn.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Probably some kids.
The lieutenant inspects the rigged slot.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
I wonder who might have done that.
That's Kuno on the lens.
Shift your focus to the
Under
background.
graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know
Alright.
this to be the star of Pericanasis, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericanassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
All right. I'm going to pat it.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Yeah, it probably is. Okay. So I can't... Can I not collect that trash now? I got the bag. This is another viewer. I wonder if this one's also...
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
25 centimes. Batman, I am doing something. You always do this right when I get started. Stop doing that. Hold on just a moment, please. There you go, bud. I have $5.40, so I could put 25 centimes in there, but I don't really know if I want to.
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What
It got
happened?
as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Evrard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Cool. I dig organized crime. It's the best. Can't we do something about it?
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
My bad, homie. I was just asking. I feel like I should put the 25 cents in there.
Your money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible, a half-sunken sea fort, its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it.
There are ruins of some kind of building there.
I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
There are yeah, I can just keep saying the same thing to him. Can I please get in here and dig out that trash? I guess not. So I'm gonna not look in that viewer yet. I am gonna go into the store. Ah, you must be the owner. Mind if I had a word?
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Before we go on, you seem to be well enough off. Can you give me some money? There won't be an opportune moment to ask later.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
It would forge ties between us working people. Good practice for fighting our common enemy. You misunderstand me. I am a powerful feudal lord, and I demand tribute. This is about traditions. Damn, you're right. What kind of a business relationship did that kickstart? Excuse me, I don't know why I said that. A lapse of professionalism does not represent my values.
Exactly.
Business relationship.
In this kind of business relationship, I could come and critique your work any time. I could demand things from you, limiting your creative freedom.
Absolutely right.
We wouldn't want that.
So, are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. What if I want to buy a book? Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right? Alright, so... what if I want to buy a book?
Why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything?
She fiddles with her
See those
pendant.
shelves there? Go, be drawn.
So what type of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Alright, I'll take a look
She
then.
smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I don't want to throw her under the bus. I'm gonna give her a 10.
Precious. Her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. And that is quite the trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future.
And hopefully she does.
The woman
Change the
before you
subject.
scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every
What is
now
she
and
so
then,
tense about?
She nudges her glasses.
She could just be like a little bit of a prude, so I'm not gonna hold her being rigid against her. Gift books and molten candy. Molten candy. I'm just standing inside of this chair. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Okay. See what's behind the curtain in just a minute.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these.
Apparently.
Really teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
I don't know what was going on today. I don't know if you guys heard it or not. When he said overstate, it kind of glitched a little bit. And I had a really hard time getting this game to boot up today. So I don't know what the issue is with that. I sat there on the loading screen for like 10 minutes and then I reset my PlayStation and then I opened it back up and I sat there for about 5 minutes before it started to actually do anything.
Completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
I'm not going to say they did. I'm just curious if maybe Sony released an update. Now, planned obsolescence. This thing's going to start dying.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
And then I'm going to have to buy a PS5, or I could just use the PC. I want to get some games off of Steam, but I don't really know what games to go for. So if you guys happen to have any games that you really enjoy, drop them in the comments below and maybe I'll give them a look, because I don't, there's nothing in my Steam library yet because I've always been a console person. So I kind of do want to start making that transition. If you have some suggestions, just go ahead and drop those down there. Would you like a list of books found on the shelf? Yeah.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies. Are there any more? Well, let's see.
Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Well, you ruined the end of that story, dude. Now nobody's gonna buy this book. All right, we can stop now.
Filled to the brim with crime novels.
I don't really know if I feel like going through all this stuff. I'm not entirely certain how it'll help me. I do want to see what's under there. Another boring book, just discarded there. Okay. Oh, well, I might as well.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Going on over on this
Several
board.
Maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
I'm in Revachol
The
now,
north
so
coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
I guarantee you west of the river is going to be exactly the opposite.
Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
A map of the places that we live.
They're
I wouldn't be able
quite
to afford.
Though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be.
Might be the one I saw through that.
Some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
42% chance to steal it. I'm just going to buy it.
Always good to
90
be
cents.
informed of your surroundings.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
But tab is the Interact tab. Oh, I see it. Okay.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path
Your
through the
finger
grid.
moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally, coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Okay. So viewer out that way. Okay, so that I can't point at it. I might put a circle up there. That place, that gray place up in the top, almost center, a little bit towards the left, I'm assuming is the tourist attraction that never came to be. So I think I'm going to make my way towards the fishermen's shacks. And I know there's some people out on the waterfront to talk to. I don't want to look at those. I am going to check out what's behind this curtain if I
You
can.
see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman. Jeez.
Paradoxically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. I'm a little bit suspicious of this lady. I gotta be honest. I don't know if that's intentional to throw me off, but I am a little bit suspicious of this lady.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
I'll think about it for a while.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
Rip them apart, but this time for real. Examine the cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
I'm getting the sense that there's going to be... I don't know if that's what kind of game this is, but I feel like there's some kind
This is
of...
a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
Some kind of, There's gonna be some kind of paranormal activity. I'm almost... Some kind of, like, witchcraft or wizardry sort of thing going on here. Is what I'm gathering, just... You know, assembled from bones. The fish head... with empty eye sockets staring at me. Like, that just doesn't sound like something common, right? So I gotta imagine it's a witchcraft thing. And who are the Simonese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before...
Ignore the curtains for now. See what my buddy here's got to say. And run. There was nothing that seemed to be pertaining to the case. So for now, we're gonna just truck on. I do not trust that lady though. Yet. Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement like an eggshell. I don't remember if I talked to this guy.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I am the law. Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
Another planet.
It's the jam, my man.
He motions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals, and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
What's the jam,
It's a traffic
sir?
jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Limbo, huh?
Upon days.
That's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
maybe I died from my drinking habit, and when I woke up, I'm stuck here in limbo, and in order to move on to the afterlife, I need to solve this case. But it's a case that's impossible to solve.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Tell me more about this strike. Know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there? Pointing at the yard. I'm gonna go ahead and
He
start
ain't
with
one
that.
of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Fair enough.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Ask for his conclusion.
And your
A
conclusion?
sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
You want to tell me some more about that? Dang. Care to spare some change for a working shift?
Oh, no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They who?
The bosses, man.
Makes sense. First work, then pay. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. So you're broke. Got it. What else did I have to ask you? Makes sense. Work first, then pay.
Makes sense. It sucks is what it does.
No, it makes sense. Like, I kind of hate, like, when I pay for something to be delivered, right? And then, like, the money comes out of my account and then I have to wait for it to be delivered. And then sometimes you get the wrong thing, so you then have to wait for a refund to come through. That'll take days. Like, why do they get to take payment immediately, but a refund takes days? And then on top of that, why would I pay for something if it's not the thing that I was told I was paying for, right? Like, if I order a hamburger and they bring me, I don't know, a bag of rice, I didn't pay for a bag of rice. I paid for a hamburger. That's why I get my hamburger first, and then I pay. You know what I mean? Whatever. Tell me more about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Maybe I should go on strike. What's the union
Some
demanding?
pretty wild stuff I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess.
The union is going to put this company out of business.
I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up.
Like, how are you going to
Tight
ask
demands and so on.
for half of the company and a giant expensive piece of equipment? Like, the union would own half the company? Would that go to all of the union members, or is it just the heads of the union that get that control? Because that would be an important detail, and if I were one of the union members, I wouldn't want to just fight for some other guys to get something that I'm currently fighting against, you know what I mean?
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Yeah, I should go on
Maybe you
strike.
should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot. Why not?
Yeah, I don't want to get shot.
It's a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother.
I don't know my mother, but I go on strike against her too, for my rights. No, your mother!
I don't think you understand how that joke goes, but do continue. You were asking about the strike?
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
I mean, that's fair. Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not
It's
you.
not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Yeah, I don't think I'm making that one. But what are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Can I get some?
Relax. He's merely joking.
Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing.
I could still use a tracksuit. This regular suit's a little bit uncomfortable.
They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
So nothing illegal then. It's your machine behind you. Could I get one of those found tracksuits you're hauling?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
What's your machine behind you?
It's beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
That's your
You
machine.
interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A
Can be.
motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands.
You.
This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
At the found A6 you got there.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
I don't actually know anything at all about motor vehicles, so that might be something to learn. Really? Oh, that is so much better anyway. All right. So nothing illegal then.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
They could have, unless you're going to give me one of them track suits, buddy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
3%.
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems
Man.
like a personal matter.
You look sad. What's going on with you? Hey, Tommy, spill the beans. Troubling you. Man, I want to know about your soul.
Man, nothing's troubling me. Just the usual Lorman tropes and hopes. The road and the rhymes. This jam ain't helping either.
That all the beans you got, Tommy? Damn, it really is hard to talk, man to man.
Man, all right. If you have really good friends, it doesn't have to be hard. So if anybody has anything going on, you have any close friends that you would like to talk to, whoever you're comfortable with, go ahead and do that. I know things
Don't be a
can
stranger.
start to weigh on people sometimes. Me and my guy friends have pretty good relationships, so I'm pretty comfortable coming out and talking to them about things, and they're the same way with me generally. So if you guys do have anything you would like to talk about, just on like an actual serious note, because I feel like that's kind of what this game is trying to promote, feel free to be open with stuff. Shoot me a message, leave a comment. You can be anonymous, make a throwaway account. But we'll move on from there. I thought it was going to freeze and I was just going to have to leave it there. So... yeah, there they are right there.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a burp.
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
All right.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
My girlfriend eats soup with a fork.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions.
All right, I
Shoot
got
first.
this.
Ask questions never.
All time.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
Get this ball. What just happened? Oh. That's the
You are
spirit.
immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work.
Feel the
The
ball.
cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
The man ball. Taking the
A chilly
surroundings.
breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There's time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
I think I did something wrong.
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I'm sensing anger, and I don't understand why.
Realized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull. Well, it damn well isn't. It's petanque. You ruined a petanque game. We want our bull back.
Oh, back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Gaston knows what's up. Nobody chills like Gaston.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll try to fix this. Listen, guys, the ball is gone. I have a murder to solve, alright? I'll get their ball back.
Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder.
Do you know anything about the man hanged in the yard of the Whirling in Rags? You seem to be playing in a crater. It's unlikely they know anything, but I could always ask.
Fortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
What about police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Not to mention keeping the station tidy and the men fed and happy, am I right? I try to avoid voicing opinions on controversial matters. Let's just drop it.
I know the kind. Gaston here is the same. A weather vane. Never stood up for anything in his life either.
So I'm not saying I'm not going to stand up for anything. I'm just saying this is one I'm not going to get into. Because, you know, it'd be nice for me to not have to do paperwork or make my own sandwiches, but I'm not going to force anybody else to do it either, so.
Oh, René. If you only knew life beyond confrontations, conflict, and extremities.
You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Does it have anything to do with all the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Wait, who are the communards again? Did you use artillery fire against them? Yeah, let's see.
Communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Did you use the artillery fire against them?
It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He adds, squeezing a bowl in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Did they actually strap women to bombs? Oh my god.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
I understand. I'd bomb this place too. I'm not gonna say that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
Can I get some beachhead?
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
He points to the northeast. Death blow. Sounds grim. Nod thoughtfully and turn to look northeast.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Oh, hold on. The coalition? That why everything was so bombed out? Ah, that explains all the war damage.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There's a strange gleam in his eye.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still all influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things.
Man, I gotta have an opinion. So let's see. Can I reread that? Is he gonna stop scrolling for me? Yes, not. Okay. That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess, and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Nothing. I don't think. I just do. I would imagine it would be a bit of a shame to have foreign powers wipe you out and take over, so that can't be great. This game is a lot more political than I expected it to be. I'm playing a game. I want it to be clear that I am playing a game, so the selections I make are going to be as my character. They don't necessarily reflect my views. Plus, I didn't get to read what they said, and I wasn't quite listening, so don't take any of that to heart.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio.
Okay.
This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Who was this Frizzle? Miss Frizzle? You mentioned Guillaume. What exactly is a suzerain?
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already?
He then slowly nods and says to himself, they've forgotten already.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Alright, I gotta try and get his bowl. I can't walk over there, though. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Can I get back up there? I guess I gotta go this way. I'm trapped. Damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. I feel like I already saw that. I am coming up on my time here. Been doing this a lot longer than I thought. This game is... I'm gonna go ahead and stop here because I am coming up on my time, and I don't actually know if there's gonna be too much to cut out. This game is a lot more in depth than I expected, so I'm excited to get into the story a little bit. It's just I don't want to be chopping stuff up and leaving things out, because if there's this much going on, that's a lot to miss. So if you guys are interested in these, let me know. I'm going and I'll do just maybe 1 hour episodes. If you're interested in seeing the whole story unfold. If not, I can start chopping some stuff out, but this is a narrative driven game, so we have to expect that this is about what we're going to get. We're just going to get a really in-depth story about something. I'm really excited for that. So I may do hour-long episodes for these, and you guys can drop your opinions and stuff in the comments if you'd like, if you think this relates to anything that's going on in the world today, if you have experienced something like this, or if there's anything that you can relate to it, whether it's just your opinions or experiences or whatever you may have. I would love to hear about it. So I'm going to go and end it here for today. I want to thank you guys for joining me. This is definitely the kind of game that's going to provoke some thought. So I'm hoping we can get into it a bit. But I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Maybe go ahead and subscribe. Like I said, go ahead and drop something down in the comments for me. Just about anything, really. I want to know what you guys think of what's going on here. I don't know the whole story yet, and as that starts to unfold, I'll start to formulate more of an opinion. But I want to know your thoughts so far. So let me know what you think about that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and check out some of the other videos on my channel. There's some other games on there that are a little bit more action-packed, such as Dead Cells. I almost forgot the name. I've got 10 parts of that. Or well, I think I just released part 9. Yeah, so go ahead and check out those if you're interested. If not, whatever. And if you feel so inclined, maybe share with your friends and family. Yeah. So that'll do it for today. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a good night.